starting for them. And, that's going to really negate the amount of damage that these can do. 4 supply depots at a time for Intense. Looks like this game he's having a little bit of a problem getting supply blocked. That's to say the least. Medevac coming around, going to do a drop. This is going to take about a half hour to get to the other side of the map. In fact, it's going to take about a half hour for me to find it. How much later? Oh my god, that's going so far. Siege tanks on the way. 2 more barracks go down, so really going to see some bio-heavy play this game. I know in that previous game we saw 2 more factories go down. A lot of siege tank production. A couple of Thors every once in a while. And these 2 mutas that come out, 1 gets picked off, 3 more in production now. So look, we're going to have a total of 5 mutas on the field. Not really a scary force at all. This drop over here for Intense does just unload over here. I'm assuming he's going to use that to try to put some pressure on the 3rd, perhaps move the army out of position so that he can get his siege tanks in siege mode in front of the Zerg's base. But look at this. Burrowed Banelings in the middle of the map. Cool Man doing a good job of making sure he has the tower before he burrows those Banelings. And it looks like Zerg is ready for this little bit of a drop over here. Intense spreading his Marines, trying to use as many of those Banelings as he can with just the Marines he has there. And he does move out to the middle of the map here. Zerg player not... Oh my god. Oh my god. He missed it. He just barely walked over it. Has no idea that they are there. Oh. Zerg player now waiting. And you know, the bad thing about burrowing your Banelings on creep here... Oh my god, he missed another one. Bad thing about burrowing your Banelings on creep is he's going to scan to look for the creep tumors, man. And he's just going to see it. I don't know what else to say. He really is just going to see it. So it looks like the Zerg is going to move out, send a lot of his Zerglings and Banelings running past that first tank, and the tank's actually like taking all of the Baneling hits. That was a little bit of miscontrol from our Zerg player there. Intense now up 107 to 83 supply. Even gets the tank on the high ground for about a half a second before it dies. And these Marines with really low health, but with medevacs and +1 versus Zerglings with just started +1/+1. Definitely trying to pour all of his gas into the Banelings and Mutas. And yeah, 80 supply to 119 to 3rd. Zerg's 3rd is up. 34 Lings in production. Should be able to hold this, assuming he doesn't attack piecemeal. Good Baneling hits there. And look at how many drones are going down right now. Down to 68 supply. 14 workers killed. 15 now. And Intense actually picks up and chooses to go home. Very good decision. And really keeping these Marines alive as long as possible is very important, man. That's 7 supply it wouldn't have with his army otherwise. So his army, again, looking pretty scary. Only 2 siege tanks, but a lot of Marines. And, oh my god, 3 more factories coming down. The 3rd is on the way. Burrowed Zergling forcing a scan there, delaying the 3rd by a good amount. Definitely a good move by the Cool Man. And he spread his Baneling bombs a little more. Try to get a little more surface area here. I definitely need to be made a ref though, because this pinging is getting to me a little bit. 16 drones in production right there for the Cool Man. So Intense needs to put more pressure on and really force our Zerg player here to make units, man. All these drones are gonna start getting a little crazy. 3 factories here. I'm assuming we're not going to see a transition to mech, and he's just going to put down tech labs and really pump Thor siege tank with these Marines. Now that he has a 3rd, maybe even start a 4th right here so he can support that production. I think it's just too many factories, man. I don't know. Anyways, Intense is going all the way around the map here. Wow. He does know that Burrow is completed because he did see the burrowed Banelings at this section of the map. So a good decision to go around. And actually, I don't know if the Cool Man has any vision of this. Not really moving his army at all. He's going to lose his 4th. And double drop in the main at the same time. Look at the timings here by Intense. Really just being ready with all of his units. These mutas probably going to pick off a medevac. Probably not the 2nd, though. And at the 3rd of our Zerg player, he has burrowed to try to avoid losing all of his drones here. And Intense going to sprint backwards into the siege tank line and stay alive. So it looks like all the mutas did get cleaned up here by the Marines in the last medevac. And, well, only 2 more mutas out. The drop comes back. Looks like we're going to have a major counterattack by the Cool Man here. A lot of units for Intense ready to defend, though. Not rallying to the front, not letting his units walk over those Banelings. And